sing a good song if we have one more person to sing.
You know this song. I know you do. But what you may not know is that it originated in a very, very weird place.
Phenomena.
Kids know it, parents know it, the Muppets made it absolutely immortal, but almost nobody knows where it actually came from. If you did know, go ahead and tell me in the comments. I know you wanna. The weird history of this song is that it wasn't written for children. It was written for a completely different media type, and not just as a joke either, not as a parody, completely 100% serious. In 1968, Italian composer Piero Umiliani was hired to score a film called Svezia Inferno a Paradiso. Translated, that means Sweden, Hell, and Paradise. It was what was called a mondo film, part documentary, part shock cinema, and part excuse to show things mainstream movies weren't supposed to show yet. One of the film's most famous sequences was something called the Swedish sauna scene. Use your imagination or go look it up. By today's standards, it's tame, but by 1968 standards, it's absolutely counting as pornography. Umiliani needed music that felt playful, slightly absurd, and modern, something that sounded trendy, but not too serious. So he wrote a strange little tune built around nonsense syllables. At the time, it was just background music for a scene meant to feel exotic and provocative. No one involved thought this melody had a future beyond this film whatsoever. But then something very, very strange happened. Just 1 year later, 1 year, that exact same tune appeared on American television on Sesame Street. Same melody, same rhythm, same nonsense lyrics. It fit perfectly. Suddenly, a song written for an adult film was being sung by puppets for preschoolers.
We've also got Mana, whatever that means.
The song made its way all the way to The Ed Sullivan Show, where it was performed by Jim Henson's Muppets. That performance is what burned it into pop culture forever. From that moment on, Mana was thankfully no longer tied to its original context. It was now silly, innocent, and child-friendly. So most of us who grew up with it had no idea they were humming the soundtrack to a 1960s softcore film. This is not an accident. It tells you something important about how culture works. Music doesn't carry meaning on its own. We assign meaning to it. You take the same melody, move it from a sauna scene in an Italian shock film to a fuzzy puppet on public television, and its entire identity changes. There's no secret corruption here, no hidden message for children. Just a reminder that what feels wholesome or dangerous often depends less on the art itself and more on the story wrapped around it. Mana survived because it was catchy. That's it. No agenda, no conspiracy. History's full of stories just like this. You just usually don't expect them to start with the Muppets and adult films. Like, follow, share, and subscribe for more stories of the absurd and completely nonsensical timeline of our history.